What's up, guys? It's your boy Ebu. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to returning. So it's been over a little over a month since the CEO of Warner Bros. Studios, David Zaslav, has come out and basically announced that the gaming sector of his studio will be honing in on Mortal Kombat among 3 other gaming IPs. Since this announcement, I've been doing some meditating recently. I've been in my real-world equivalent of the Jinsei chamber, and I've been asking myself those hard-hitting life questions. What is the nature of reality? Is man subject to the whims of the world, or is he his own truly autonomous creation? Where am I headed in life? And most importantly, why is modern MK so bad? Oh my god! NRS Studios, the studios behind MK under WB, seems to, with each iteration of the beloved franchise, drag its legacy in a completely different and unwelcome way. Instead of building and improving upon the game mechanically and lore-wise, it seems like WB is putting pressure on game devs to create lackluster MK games that take no inspiration from previous titles. Before the Fire Nation attacked, however, MK was on a roll. MK9 completely shook up the fighting game scene with its revival of MK as a game and 2D fighter, while MKX followed in its footsteps 4 years later. I thought in this time of ambiguity between the death of Mortal Kombat 1 and the next Mortal Kombat game, it would be nice for me to make my point in this video of why I believe the next Mortal Kombat game should follow up upon Mortal Kombat X. I do want you guys to keep in mind throughout this video that this is opinion based. I will be using some facts like Evo numbers, etc. But this is, at the end of the day, an opinion based video. However, I don't believe that what I'm going to be saying and what I'm proposing here is anything too crazy or outside of the box. I believe that most MK fans would like to see a return to form for Mortal Kombat, and most MK fans do just want to see Mortal Kombat maintain one continued cohesive legacy instead of jumping ship each game. But without getting too far deep into the meat and potatoes of this video, let's get to my first point. Let's go. Okay, so the first reason why I believe that the next Mortal Kombat game needs to be a sequel to Mortal Kombat X is because of gameplay. Now, the reason why I picked Mortal Kombat X for this specifically is because Mortal Kombat X was the predecessor to Mortal Kombat 9. Mortal Kombat 9 completely revitalized Mortal Kombat in the fighting genre, and it made it a 2D fighter with brand new gaming mechanics, like the Super Meter, the X-Ray, etc. Mortal Kombat X brilliantly followed upon this system with the running mechanics and other mechanics in its game. The variation system was also a sort of reiteration of the fighting style system in older Mortal Kombat games, and the variation system was, for the most part, really liked. It made each character feel fresh and like a really viable and strong fighter. I always use this example when talking about the variation system in Mortal Kombat X, and that's one of my mains, Tanya. Tanya feels completely different with each variation, so if I'm playing Kobu Jutsu, then playing Dragon Magnata is like learning a completely different character. Mortal Kombat X's gameplay was so great because it did a great job at harmonizing older MK fans with newer MK fans. Unfortunately, with newer games like Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1, the gameplay seems to always want to do something different. However, it seems like each idea is never fleshed out, or sometimes it's just straight up useless. For example, in Mortal Kombat 11, the crushing blow system seemed to incentivize players who were not familiar with the fundamentals of that game. And in Mortal Kombat 1, the cameo system seems to be a cheap cop-out of a gaming mechanic. I believe that if for Mortal Kombat 2, NRS or WB just decides to go back to the drawing board and does something similar to Mortal Kombat X, where each character already feels like they're a viable fighter without the need of any additional moves or cameos, etc., then it will be a great thing for older MK fans who are a fan of the gameplay and newer fans. Also, MKX was also a very high octane game. However, it was less crazy than MK9. You can make a game balanced without having to make it too boring or make it feel like the player is getting angry when they're playing. I feel like Mortal Kombat 1 is an improvement when it comes to gameplay for Mortal Kombat. The combos feel fun to do, but it's just something about the Mortal Kombat X and 9 system that feels more open for the player. For creativity to do combos, setups, etc. There's just so much to sink into Mortal Kombat X and 9 when it comes to gameplay, and you can learn a character for hours and hours and hours. With the newer MK games, it just feels like when you're playing a character, you can pick up the character for about an hour or two, and you have basically everything you need to know. But that's why I believe the next Mortal Kombat game should follow Mortal Kombat X's gameplay. Let's get to the next point. So the next reason why I believe that the next Mortal Kombat game should be a sequel to Mortal Kombat X is because of story. Now, the story in Mortal Kombat lore has become probably more unhinged and with each iteration.
What's that?
However, I believe that MKX, while it had its moments of it was still overall a great story because it took the events from Mortal Kombat 9 and it showed us where the characters had developed from then. We get characters like Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade's relationship advancing, and we also get the introduction of new cast of fighters, the Combat Kids. The Combat Kids pushes the series further, however, it doesn't do it in a way that feels cheap or like it was shoehorned in there. Development is the key word that I want to emphasize here because Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1 does not allow for Mortal Kombat story to develop. This is because each of these games introduces some world-ending or multiverse-shattering event that completely kills any developing, building, relationship tensions, etc. within the universe. For example, when we get introduced to Takeda or Kung Jin in Mortal Kombat X, we basically never see them again. We have nothing to go off of for these new generation of fighters. This is completely ridiculous. Another example that I always love to use when it comes to Mortal Kombat story and why I especially believe that it should return to Mortal Kombat X is Dark Raiden. Dark Raiden is the result of 2 games worth of loss, grief, anger, sadness, etc. Dark Raiden was an amazing plot beat because we seen Raiden throughout these 2 games constantly get invaded by Earthrealm and lose his own fighters due to his own clumsiness. We get to see how the Elder Gods failed to intervene at any moment in the tournament, and Dark Raiden could not have happened if he was not developed over the course of 2 games. This shows why it is so important to develop characters, relationships, etc. in one cohesive universe, or else it all loses impact. This is seen in games like Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1, where the multiverse and time universe altering characters completely removes any stakes from the game. For example, something like Mortal Kombat 11, Sonya Blade dying doesn't matter by the time we get to Mortal Kombat 1 because we're in a completely different universe. There's just so many examples I could point to here, but I also think that Mortal Kombat X does some great things. For example, the political tension in Outworld between Mileena, Kotal Kahn, etc. This was actually expanded upon in the comics too, so this could also be like a comic series that get reintroduced. There's so much they can do with Mortal Kombat's lore. I do just believe that returning to one isolated universe is important, and that returning to Mortal Kombat X would be a great start for that. MKX also featured so many cool moments like Sub-Zero and Hanzo Hasashi making amends, the introduction of a Ninra. We get to see Hanzo Hasashi and kill Quan Chi. There's just so many things that happened in MKX's and MK9 story that unfortunately does not matter by the time we get to Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1 because of either time skips, multiverse shattering, etc. If the gaming devs decide to return to Mortal Kombat X, it will leave them in an amazing state because they get to build upon an already established world and they get to drive the stakes further with Dark Raiden and the potential and the tensions within Outworld. Maybe introducing Chaos Realm and Order Realm, etc. Just to give older players what they want and to give newer players an introduction into the original Mortal Kombat universe. I know that there are some 3D era characters in Mortal Kombat 1, but why not tell these characters in one cohesive universe? Now you can give these characters actual impact in that universe, and you can make older fans and newer fans happy. This is why I believe that the next Mortal Kombat game should be a sequel to Mortal Kombat X's story. Okay guys, so let's get to the last point. Okay guys, so the last reason why I have for why the next Mortal Kombat should be a sequel to Mortal Kombat X is because of its progression features. And this is actually something that I ironically believe that Mortal Kombat 11 does better, but the goal is to get a legacy game here, right? Let's not get into the specifics. So the progression for Mortal Kombat X is actually fine, actually. So for a single player, you have story mode, 2 different types of towers, practice, and training. You earn coins in most of these modes, and you can then take them to the crypt to unlock skins, concept art, etc. Unfortunately, in Mortal Kombat 1, there is nothing of the sort or any equivalent to the crypt. You do have the invasions, but the gameplay has been completely switched from Mortal Kombat 11 and X, and its only similarity is that you unlock skins from playing the mode. The reason why it's so important to have good progression for your game is because it basically makes your game and keeps the player interested outside of the core gaming mechanics. For example, a gaming mode like Conquest and Mortal Kombat Deception was a full-on RPG mode that kept the player invested, and you could unlock cool stuff throughout that mode. I believe you unlock Shujinko throughout that mode, but don't quote me on that, my memory might be fuzzy. Either way, progression is a really important aspect for the next Mortal Kombat game, and this is something, like I said, I believe Mortal Kombat 11 did extremely well. Mortal Kombat 11, for however much I don't really like the gameplay of that game, and I feel like it was too slow paced, it had an amazing progression system. The crypt was almost a full-on RPG style mode. It had 3 different types of currency you could earn, and the player could earn a good amount of gear without having to spend any money. You were also doing things that you enjoy doing, like playing the crypt, different types of towers, or just playing the story mode. All of this currency was then taken to the crypt, where you were able to unlock so many cool pieces of gear and stuff. I was playing Mortal Kombat 11 earlier, and I was checking out Jade, and I realized I didn't even have all of her intros, outros, fatalities, brutalities, etc. unlocked. There's just so much to be unlocked in Mortal Kombat 11. Comparing this to Mortal Kombat 1 is almost comical, because in Mortal Kombat 1 you have almost none of this. You have 1 gear slot, and most of the good skins that you're going to be getting, the throwback seasonal skins, or the fatalities, are all found in the game's item shop. They cost upwards of $10, and this could all easily be solved with a good progression system. Like I said, doing something like Conquest mode will be great for Mortal Kombat. It will be a great way to expand the game's lore, and you could also help keep players engaged, and it will be a great quality of life element. If you introduce some type of RPG style mode to complement good Mortal Kombat game's core gaming mechanics, along with a good story, then you basically have a legacy Mortal Kombat game. That's all fans have been asking for, and I believe that it's really possible. Even though Mortal Kombat 1 is in this state of like dying and like it's kind of awkward, the community is kind of like dead, I do believe that a good Mortal Kombat game will bring the Mortal Kombat boys all back together. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap up my video for why I believe the next Mortal Kombat game should be a sequel to Mortal Kombat X. Gameplay, story, and progression. These are all things that I feel like Mortal Kombat 1 is severely lacking, and for Mortal Kombat 1, that's just a game where I just have to wonder, where did all the Mortal Kombat 11 money go? Because it didn't go to any of these 3 things, so honestly, where did it go? Honestly, every gaming franchise has its blunders, but I don't want Mortal Kombat to be a gaming franchise that dies due to its mistakes. It does seem like between the last 2 games, fan reception has gone down significantly, and with Mortal Kombat 1 Evo numbers, there isn't really that much hope in sight besides David Zaslav's words on focusing on a more single-player experience for the upcoming games that he's going to focus on. If you guys like the video, then please make sure to leave a like, drop a comment down below, let me know, what do you want the next Mortal Kombat game to be, a sequel to Mortal Kombat X? Do you like Dark Raiden and Kotal Kahn and that whole plot point? Or do you feel like that the MK9, MKX universe should just be done with? What about gameplay and progression? Do you feel like MK1 is lacking on any of these aspects? What about MK11? Let me know it all in the comments. That's going to be about all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day and peace out.